Chapter 23. Striking the punching bag in front of me. I tried not to throw myself at the bag as I stood on my feet, keeping my balance. Punch, don't push. Hit me. My tutor firmly said. He was the guy who had actually splashed muddy water on me, and whose name I later learned was Dorotimi, meaning stay with me. Most people just call him Rotimi. He started teaching me how to punch, as ordered by Henry, since I had joined them. Henry wanted me prepared. He didn't want an amateur fighter in a scorpion group. I am punching it, I said in between clenched teeth. I was tired already and I didn't like the idea that he was teaching me this. Moreover, I had no choice because he was assigned to me. His shirtless body appeared in front of me and I missed hitting the bag as I hit my head on it, steadily holding it not to fall on the ground. Really? Did he have to flaunt his build muscles and six packs? You have to pay attention, Tessin. I am. You aren't. You are distracted. You have got to look at the bag as your opponent to punch so you don't miss anything. And how am I supposed to when I have you surveying me around and flaunting your torso? Rotimi smiled. Block everything distracting you and fill your vision with the punching bag as you target where you want to hit. Now, again. I closed my eyes and reopened them. It was harder than I thought. I started striking lightly for a while before hitting it a little harder. I was new to this, as I gotta avoid my wrist being twisted. It was challenging. For about 2 minutes I was still punching and my shoulders were aching to rest. You look tired, Rotimi said as he sat down comfortably in a plastic chair. Look at me. I am tired, I replied and punched again. You will be very good at this before you know it. I ignored and kept punching. You can take a break. I stopped my attempt to punch and hugged the bag as a way of resting on it. Rotimi stood up and came forward. You're trying your best. I could see, and it's really helping you. Darling, you just don't know it yet. Don't call me darling anymore. Sorry. Better get used to it, and yeah, I know. He left my side, and since he was packing his stuff into his duffel bag, you don't like me. You splash water on me. Dirty water for that matter, I said, not glancing at him. Look here, he said, and I did. That was an accident. He threw his hand up in the air as his fair face morphed into a frown. Okay, I simply said. I'm sorry about that, honestly. Smiling at his genuine apology, I decided to let go. There was no point in keeping grudges concerning that minor thing. Sure, apology accepted. Thanks, darling. He flung his bag on his shoulder as he walked up to the door. You're welcome. I raised my eyebrows and shrugged as a smile stuck on my face. We looked at each other without saying a word before we burst out laughing. He was easy to get along. Technically, everyone here was easy to get along with. We'll see you around. And exited as my besties came in. Charlie, really? Jayan asked. Yeah, I look away. I figure he is a nice guy. After all, yeah, most of us here are nice. I hummed and started to untie my sneakers and I sat on the floor. You smell unpleasant, girl, Bisola said, sitting down on the floor too. I will soon go take a shower. Jane dragged the plastic chair closer to where I was and bent to touch my face. But I moved my face away from her. What's wrong with you? Nothing. I untied the second pair of sneakers. Are you mad at us? Bisola frowned. Why would you think so? I don't know. You tell me. You are acting funny. Oh, really? I scoffed and itched my dirty braided hair. So, how do you suppose I act when it's funny how my so-called best friends befriended me in exchange of a car? A car? How much it is? 3 million? 6 million, actually. You haven't seen the car. Isala mumbled as she scratched her neck. I eyed her for her response. 6 million. So that's how much I am worth? So fascinating. And you hide things from me, for God's sake. I thought you trusted me. Thought we were friends. See, you don't have to get mad at us for not telling you things you think we ought to have told you. Don't you get it? You saw the snap. I stood up, ignored her, and started stretching. Don't ignore us here. We are friends, and we have to patch things up between us, especially when we are in this together, okay? Diane said. Why didn't you tell me about Sean? Rule number one, never disclose any secrets of the Scorpion group to outsiders. My best friends had been telling me things despite the consequences of what they were doing, so why didn't you tell me about Sean and Fate? What was I didn't understand? But what about the ones you had been telling me before I joined? We told you why we did it. I nodded. They wanted me to join to get a prize. They did their best for me, defending me, making me alive. They got me things, and best of all, they loved me and gave me their attention. Time to forgive. It wasn't like I was honest with them too at first. I faked my likeness for them. Thanks. I muttered, but I still don't get it. Are there still more people I know here? No, there are no other people you know here that we know of, just Fate and Sean. The solid color clarified. Besides, Toyin and I thought it was best not to tell about him. I thought you were scared of him, but we didn't want you to be scared of the extent of reporting to Miss Carston. Reporting to Miss Carson? What do you take me for? Reporting to her wouldn't have changed anything. It would only worsen my situation with Sean. Also, we heard that you were mommy's baby from the students. That you used to run home to mom and tell her whatever went in school. We thought you might tell her to use that against him. Saul said. He scoffed unbelievably. What do you take me for, a baby? What evidence do I even have? I would be the one looking like a fool if I had said that. Miss Carson wouldn't believe me and told me instead not to spread such rumor around for the reputation of her school. You know what? Let's forget it. We also didn't tell you because Sean knew we were close and he said he would tell you. I was doing drugs so it wouldn't appear like we could crawl in your sight, Toyin said. I blinked. I knew they were gangsters and I didn't think they would be in much danger of any sort since they were the good ones, right? But if they had told me they were doing drugs, God knows it would have cut my friendship with them for a long time. I had heard stories of people doing drugs and I didn't want to watch my friend suffer, but you aren't. Of course not. He's the one doing drugs, Dorian said. Why? I have to know a lot of things. Do I even know you? Maybe that's gonna side of you. I'm not doing drugs, believe me. Tyan, tell her the truth. You're doing drugs. The heck? I said I'm not. Visala snorted. No, don't piss me. Don't piss me off with your denial. You are. I know you are, and I know it's all started on the day you first left in the mansion. The day you lied to me, you slept off. Yes, someone dared me to drink. No, they dared you to take some drugs, Jane. Admit it. No big deal. Just get out of here before it hooked you down. Faye told me in school when we met. I was hoping you would tell me soon, but apparently you had no intention of telling me. You even begged them not to say a word to me. That's not true. And that was my Shin told he was going to tell Tassin. You panicked and got me thinking we shouldn't tell Tassin Sean was a gangster. Bullshit. Jane cursed more and bowed her head as we stood in silence. Are you okay? I asked. I didn't know what to do or say. Do I look like I am? Jane sniffled. Well, then, I'm doing it. Are you satisfied? You want to unfriend me now? Judge me? Rebuke me? My parents are going to get a divorce and I can't. I can't live one for the other. Do you think you are the one going through some things? Toyin asked and began to sob and sat on the floor. Bisola and I shared glances and sat beside her. None of us said a word. Why didn't you say anything? Don't mix it up. I'm not doing drugs because my parents are getting a divorce. It's not their fault. I can't blame them. It's been going on for a while. They argue. No violence though. No violence? Thanks, glad. But I invited her. If you don't like them arguing, tell me you don't. Be the peacemaker in the house. Get involved. You aren't a baby. You are an adult. A 19-year-old. Tell them as an adult. I know you can do it. I know you have that boldness, Bisola, and courage. I don't know. They love each other. What happened is what I don't know. Marriage is bittersweet, I said. I'm sorry I didn't say anything. No more secrets? I asked. No more secrets. Jane and Bisola cursed. Why didn't you tell me Vicky's neighbor was in this group? It shouldn't be exposed, but you trusted me. I know, I couldn't. The rules. You like Vicky so much, we thought you would tell her. You too, I am not a gossiper, alright? I can keep secrets well. Seems like you two have a trust issue with me on some things. Mostly it's because of the rules. We stared at each other for a while and decided not to make this difficult for us. I miss the vibes between us. You know, I never liked you two before, but later on I started loving you too, I confess. What? Giant laughed. I will let that pass, Isala said, frowning. Also, thank you for stopping the bullies from hitting me because I won't lie. I felt great being bullied for some time in school. I didn't understand why it came back before we vacated. Any reason that might have happened? No, but I guess it's because they just wanted to see it hurt. Besides, we stopped paying much attention to them. I'm sorry you went through that, Diane said. Nah, don't be sorry for me. I'm just happy it's all gone now. High school is over already. Tell me something I don't know. You'll get to know some things as you go on this group. There was one particular time you guys were absent in school and I was in detention with Faith and Sean. Why didn't they show up? They're rich. It's not compulsory to come here almost every day except on Wednesday and Saturdays. It's important. Isala elaborate. That's why. And that day was on Tuesday. Yes, but when they came the next day, we birthed them. For how long has Bella been here? Tony replied as she went to carry the jumbo. She's been forgotten, she just sobbed. She's been here for 2 years and some months now, and she was 18 and pregnant. That was 2018, and when her stepfather was put in prison. Who brought you two in? The room became silent as I patiently waited for their answer. Don't hide anything from me. Ex-boyfriend brought me in and died in the process. Zola bowed her head. Who? Ex? I was speechless as I was shocked. Maybe she was joking. If it was true, I pushed that away. Fighting her wouldn't be worth it because I knew she had her reasons. Yeah, I had a boyfriend who introduced it to me and I accepted because I was curious and wanted to have more friends. I was like once like you, where I didn't have friends and I felt kinda alone. I invited Toyin and I got a call for it. Isola said with no hesitation. It was like she had said it countless times. I thought I was the only one going through some shit here, but after hearing what came out of her mouth, I understood her pain and whatever reasons she kept some things away from me. You had a boyfriend. Yeah, I did. I felt happy being with him, and he was the only person that ever made me feel so lively. She missed him, it's gay. You've caught us now. Have you ever thought of backing out? No backing out. The rules. I dropped my jaw instantly, then It hit me that we were stuck in this group to live or die. I asked for this, maybe. Exactly. Why we didn't want you to in, Train said. They could have told me earlier on, but God knows I would have thought they were joking and still gone ahead with my decision. When did he die? Did his parents know about this? Wasn't our fun? Zola uttered, two tears rolling down her face. I'm going far with the questions now. Wow, I'm so sorry you went through that and you didn't bother to tell me. Why? Why did it happen? Last year, March, before we even became besties, Toyin and I joined this group last year too. So what did you do? Buried him, if I die. I want to bury next to him. Stop the nonsense you're saying. He was murdered. She whispered. Why? By who? Is there some psycho in this gang? Someone I have no clue of. I just know that Henry sent him on an assignment and he was dead. Just like that. What assignment? The spy. Well, things like that come up. You know, Toyin said. It was just to spy and come back. Nothing much. Just to eavesdrop. That was all he had to. They sensed him as a spy. Miss Olatine said. It was an easy task. The task got him killed then. Are you mad at Henry for having sent him such an errand? I asked. No, this place was like a home to him. And yeah, I was first of all mad at him, but later I realized Joel would have wanted me to move on and not blame it on anyone. They all loved him because here and he felt among and happy here. Honestly, as much as this whole dangerous thing we've gotten ourselves into, there are effects and impacts in our lives. Happiness, joy, fun, she chuckled lightly, and most of all, the love and help we get from here. So, yeah, I don't regret being here or having started in the first place, except for when Joe died. Neither though, Toyin enunciated. It's thrilling and scary. I completely understand you. I gave them a sincere smile face. Do you plan to know who the murderer is? Toyin squeezed. Well, kinda. I can't do anything about it, even if I know the person. We already did something about it, and we found nothing. No sign or struggle. And no, it wasn't suicide. He was so happy and never mentioned anything like that. Wasn't even looking depressed. I swallowed the lump in the throat. I tried putting myself in his shoe, but I knew I wasn't feeling the agony as much as she was feeling it. So proud of you for being strong. It might have been so hard dealing with it alone. I had Tino along with the journey, and I still do. Bisola sniffled in tears. Come on, don't cry. Toyin grunted and came to hold her hand. I won't. We will be fine, I said and held Toyin's hand. As we sat on the floor, holding each other's hand in silence, we knew that whatever situation we found in ourselves, we needed each other to survive. Toyin was on drugs. Bisol was still healing from a broken heart, and my life was complex.